Jack Sparrow, some other pirates, maybe a mermaid or two. Hi, I'm Nancy J. On the high seas with the celebrity spotlight on Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney does it again, #4. But there are even stranger tides than you have ever imagined. There was some responsibility, though, on your part coming into a very successful franchise. I mean, you can't mess it up too much, but you got to put your own stamp on it.
Well, luckily we had a whole new story. I mean, it really felt like a beginning. You know, there's a whole completely new story with a new cast and all new characters. You know, we have the character of Blackbeard, you know, this incredibly evil villain played by the great Ian McShane, and then Penelope Cruz, of course, is playing the first female pirate of the series, you know, has to go toe-to-toe with Jack, and so that was great to have a whole new sort of way to go. We had a character of Philip, who's a missionary, and a mermaid, a mysterious mermaid, and played by two newcomers, and then Geoffrey Rush, even, his character has changed this time. So it's a whole different take on Barbossa. So it felt, I felt like I had a way in because it was all so fresh.
You have this possibly, you know, we know there's something between you and Jack Sparrow, which is kind of fun. We don't quite know.
Well, there is a history that they have together from their past. And she felt betrayed by him, she felt corrupted by him. She was in a convent when he found her in Spain, and she changed all her plans because of him. So
Damn
in the
those
movie,
men.
when they find each other, you can tell that she would love some type of revenge. But it's a complex relationship that they have. But I think it's really well written, and it was a pleasure to do those scenes with him. I love working with Johnny. He makes me laugh all day long.
Jack, have you ever seen with your own eyes the fountain of youth?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
We know you're in possession of a map.
You could guide an expedition.
I could use a ship. What has become of my beloved Pearl?
Taken.
Blackbeard.
The Riggin had come to life. Our own ship turned against us.
Captain, I wish to report a mutiny. I can name fingers and point names.
Perfect. The fountain, is that where Jack be headed?
It is not the destination so much as the journey.
The fountain of youth.
What does it require?
A mermaid, Jack.
All hands on deck! We've fallen behind. We need one mermaid.
You're killing her. I am a bad man.
Again! Fight to the bitter end!
Hardly appropriate for a first mate.
Was I the first? It has begun!
Part of the plan, yes? No.
Have you been there?
Does his face look like it's been to the fountain of youth?
Depends on the light.
Do you and Johnny Depp have a shorthand?
Look, I suppose so. I mean, Johnny was very good on this because when they were developing the screenplay, he'd said to the writers, you know, there's a scene you've got in here, and I really think it has to be a Barbossa Jack scene because we've got to keep that conflict over fighting over the ownership of the Pearl, which goes right back to in the story before the beginning of the first film. And that fundamental conflict between the two of them, you know, one being a great spontaneous improviser, you know, Jack just takes it as it comes. You know, that scene where they're tied up at the palm trees, you think now they're stuffed. There's no way in the world that anyone can escape from that situation. But of course, Jack puts together the most ingenious kind of outcome. Barbossa sees himself as a much more brilliant kind of strategic long-term planner. And I like that almost classical conflict plays out constantly between them.
What do you think our fascination is with pirates?
Lovely. I mean, I remember one of the first things I saw as a kid was Crimson Pirate with Burt Lancaster. I mean, I love this. Swashbuckling, make you feel good, takes you out of yourself. You can't believe people. I mean, I'm sure it was a miserable life, basically. But can you imagine 250 years ago, but seeing those wooden ships? My goodness me. But there's a certain romance being on the open sea and all boys together on a ship, and who knows what adventures come forth.
Don't miss this one. Look for Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides in your real-time theater.